Face off one back to our end. Chase is back. It's over towards Hank. Sioux Falls able to keep it in the zone. Kirby tried to get it out. Sioux Falls kept it in at the blue line. Kirby gets that up to Ben. Enters the zone. Over towards Chase. Couldn't get a stick on it. Sioux Falls coming our way. Ben with the puck behind the net. It's up to Peyton. Skates it in. Ellenberg gets it down to Peyton. Park in the corner. Sioux Falls is able to get that out of the zone. Cage rushing back to make a play. Up towards Larson. He couldn't get a handle on it, but it's in the neutral zone. Sent back in by the Power. Hart gets it over to Peyton. Enters the zone. Drops it to Gross. He tried to feed it to Harp on the back door. Pass was intercepted by the Power. Sioux Falls sends it out of their offensive zone. Regrouping now. Sent in, but Austin's got it. Over to Peyton. Up to Reed. Into the zone. It's loose. Ratcliffe with pressure. Schuma able to force a turnover there. Ratcliffe off the post. Pass was from Castor there. Gaka tried to send it towards the net, hit a stick, and went wide. Gaka keeps it in again. Bounces out finally. Schuma sends that in. Sitting back in our end by the Power. Irons with the puck behind the net. That pass got by Ross. He was able to make a play on it, send it in the Sioux Falls zone, but they send it right back out, coming our way. Shot on net there, save. Save was made by JT. Mannion with the takeaway there. Shot goes high and wide. Comes all the way out. From neutral zone, Sioux Falls coming our way. Ross with the puck now. Kept in by Ben. He's knocked off the puck in the far corner. Mullenkamp sends it in. Sioux Falls zone. Keeps it in there. Puck's going to go to Hank in the corner. Koenig, that shot went off the goalie's glove, I believe, and off the back glass, stayed in play. Comes out to Mullenkamp. To Kirby, he sends it in. He's going to go off. Hank will pressure. Oh, backhander goes wide. Back into our end. Cade's got it. That pass gets by Larson's going to go for icing. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Sioux Falls controls off that face-off. Pass was intercepted by Peyton, gets it up to Harp. He drops it for Peyton. Peyton sends it down. Forced on around, Sioux Falls picks it up. Pass is intercepted by Peyton. Sioux Falls with the takeaway. Harp able to force it out of the zone. Larson picks it up, drops it for Peyton. His shot is going to be covered up by the goalie. Offensive zone face-off coming up. Doesn't seem like the scorekeeper has much interest in music, so we might have that going for us. One back to Gaka. He sent it towards the net. Played aside by the goalie. Sioux Falls finally gets a handle on it. That shot goes wide, comes all the way back out to their own end. That shot goes wide. Stays in the zone this time. Noah blocks that shot, got a stick on it. It's forced out of the zone by Shuma with pressure at the blue line there. Sioux Falls lost that handle momentarily, regained control. Into our zone, Smith with the hit there. In our end, off the stick. Gaka sends it around near wall. Sioux Falls able to keep that in. Smith gets a stick on it. Kept him again by the power. That shot's in the back of the net. Face-off comes to Irons. Sent it in. Ben will be the first one there. Tied up. Sioux Falls comes out of that scrum with it. Give it away though. Hank down to Ben. Back to Kirby. He couldn't get a handle on it. Comes out. Irons sends it back in. Saved by JT there. I think the net's off. possession there. See if he can get it out. Larson gets it out to the neutral zone. Sioux Falls couldn't get a handle on it. Larson, they finally got it. Ellenberg with the puck now. It's by Harp. Back in. JT gets it around towards Harp. Sioux Falls over the fence there. Keep the pressure on. Shot went wide. Harp's able to force that out. Reed's going to chase it down. He's coming in one-on-one. Got a shot off. It went wide. Comes out to Mullenkamp in the neutral zone. It's going to go for icing. Finally got a handle on that bouncing puck. Got it to Irons. He sends it back down low. Mullenkamp intercepted that cross ice pass. Puck is back in the Powers zone. Ratcliffe over to Castor. His shot off the goalie's chest. Sioux Falls now with an RN. That shot is off JT's blocker. Stays in zone. Sorry, my clock's messed up there. We got about 5.5 minutes left in the first. I'll get that fixed at the break or whenever next stoppage. Glove saved by JT. And went over towards Brody. He gets it around the far wall to Hank. Forward to Koenig, into the zone. Lost the handle. Came back to Koenig. He plays it deep. Puck comes out far corner. Hank gets it up towards Gaka. Over to Broad. His shot into the goalie's stomach. Ben gets it to Kirby. Shot goes wide. Smith on the far wall. Plays it down low. Sioux Falls has it. possession. Kirby sends that for icing. Shot stopped by JT. Sent out of the zone by Mullenkamp. Ross will send it in the Sioux Falls zone. Sent back out. In our way. Offsides. Off one back to Mullenkamp. Sends it in. Shuma there. It's around towards Cade. His shot goes wide. Comes all the way to Mullenkamp. Castor with it now. Cade. Back to Castor. Back to Cade. Sent towards the net. Hits the side of the cage. Sioux Falls. Gets it back in our end. Bratz got it in the neutral zone, tangled up. Back in our end, Irons. Up towards Shuma, but Sioux Falls with a takeaway there. Sioux Falls now on their own end. Into the neutral zone. Tied up there. Buck winds up back in their end. Brought with it now. Up towards Peyton. He gets it to Drayden. Over to Harp. Tried to get it back to Larson. Pass was picked off there. Puck comes out of our zone. Sioux Falls in the neutral zone now. Peyton gets that up to Harp. Drops it for Peyton into the zone. Puck trickles on net there, covered up by the goalie. Harp gets over the far wall towards Gaka. He's able to send it in. Sioux Falls zone, they've got possession. Peyton with the takeaway there, gets it over to Larson. Towards the net, off the goalie's stick and out of play. Mullenkamp up to Larson, into the zone, over towards Harp. got the stick on it. Winds up with Larson. Back to Hart. Over to Peyton. Tried to connect with Mullenkamp. Driving towards the net, but it was picked off. Smith got a stick on that to keep it in the neutral zone. Sioux Falls has picked it up. Shot was blocked there by Carson. Puck comes out of the zone. Smith with it. Up to Carson. Sends it in. It's going to bounce on net. Goalie will cover that. We'll get offensive zone face-off coming up with 12 seconds left in the period. Sioux Falls wins that face-off. Comes all the way out to Irons. He sends it back in. Goalie sends it out of play. Second left here. For the first.
I'll do it.
Face off one back to Mullenkamp, over to Irons, into the zone, off Hank's stick. Comes around to Mullenkamp, gets it to Koenig. Sioux Falls forces it out of the zone. Mullenkamp sends it back in. Hank is the first one there. He gets it up to Chase. His shot or pass was blocked. Puck comes back out to our end. Irons with it. Puts it up to Ben. Camp got that to Kirby, fed it to Ben. The shot was blocked. Sioux Falls has it now. Came back with Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls wins that face-off back. Sent in our end. Kate will be there to play it. Sioux Falls can take away. Puck comes out of the zone. It's off Hart's leg. The goalie came out to play it. Sioux Falls escapes that pressure. Shot on net there, saved by JT. Sioux Falls with control off that face-off. Ratcliffe with the takeaway there, fed forward to Schumann, now to Castor, he sends it in. Castor gets it back to Gaka, over to Brock. Sent towards the net, it's loose. Sioux Falls gets a handle on it. Shot on net there, turned aside by JT to the corner. Sioux Falls had it there momentarily. Brought's able to get it up and out of the zone. Ratcliffe will win that race. Couldn't get a handle on it. Into the near corner. Scrum. Shot covered up by JT there. Shot might have gotten through, deflected to the corner, may have been off JT's shoulder there. Goes deep. Smith is there, played over towards Carson, kept in though by Sioux Falls. Out to the neutral zone. Saved by JT. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Ben gets that back to Gross. Over to Ellenberg, up to Ben. Sioux Falls had pressure there. Enters the zone. Weir. Check up there. Sioux Falls has it. Puck comes for Hank. Hank once again enters the zone, gets it over to Ben. Not by him. He regains control. Over to Cade. Controlled by the goalie there. Offensive zone face-off coming up.
I feel like too close to your chair, man.
Ross sent towards the net. Sioux Falls now coming our way. Shots turned aside. Larson gets it over to Peyton. He enters the zone. Sent towards the net. Off the goalie. Sioux Falls coming our way. Saved by JT there. Ross gets it to Harp. Trying to connect with Larson. Sioux Falls with the takeaway there. Harp plays it to the far boards. Nets off. Sioux Falls with control. Castor picks up that bouncing puck. He enters the zone. His shot is deflected wide. Castor gets it back. Sioux Falls now sends it in our end. Smith is back to play it. Hand pass. puck. He enters the zone. A couple of attempts there. Molenkamp gets it over to Carson. We enter the zone. Ross with the puck up towards Molenkamp. He's going to get a shot off. It's deflected, goes wide. Carson over to Ben. Ross below the goal line. Gets it over towards Irons. He's got to kick it. Plays it deep. Ross with a keep in there. He's going to send it on net. Glove saved by the goalie there. And we'll head to the break here.
I'm Jared.
Hey,
Nice
to meet you.
We'll connect in.
Yeah.
Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's on our just
Is it on
YouTube
there?
channel
Oh.
on the 2009 Virginia Register Play.
Hang on one second.
Sioux Falls sends it in our end. Battle in the far corner. Peyton comes out with the puck. Sends it up towards Hank. Got by him. That's going to go for icing. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Face-off went to Hank. Played all the way into the Sioux Falls zone on net. Hank's able to keep that in. Back and forth with Peyton. Hanks tried to get it to Ben there. Sioux Falls with a takeaway. Ball comes in our end to Ellenberg. Hank with it. Tried to get it over to Peyton. Sioux Falls is in offsides. Face-off going back to Brody. Played forward into the neutral zone. Sioux Falls forces it back our direction. Comes out to Larson. Over to Harp. Sends it in far corner. Koenig with it now behind the net. Playing through some contact. Hart picks up the loose puck, gets it to Koenig. His shot is turned aside by the goalie. Koenig sends it back to Brody. Sent towards the net. It was blocked on the way though. And we got to rush back. Saved by JT there. Brody plays it to the near wall. Puck comes out to the neutral zone. Sioux Falls has it. Larson sends that in the Sioux Falls zone. Ratcliffe was there, couldn't get the shot off. We're going to get a roughing on Sioux Falls, so we'll head to the power play. Sioux Falls came out of there with it. They're going to get it clear. Irons gets it up to Peyton. He enters the zone. He gets a shot off the side of the post. Comes to Harp. He's tied up. And comes to Sioux Falls. They get another clear. Peyton drops that for Harp. Sioux Falls got a handle on it. Clear again. Ben enters the zone, lost the handle. Sioux Falls with a clear again. Up to Smith. He sends it down. Didn't get it deep though. Hank able to play that deep. Kirby to the corner to play it. He's got a battle. Gaka kept it in there. Goalie will pounce on that loose puck. 15 seconds left in that power play. Just realized I didn't put that on the board there. 15. Puck comes back to Gaka. Over to Smith. Back to Gaka. Over to Koenig. Down to Hank. Up to Smith. Over to Koenig. Shot off the goalie's chest. Follow-up shot off the goalie's chest. And Sioux Falls has it coming our way. That shot's off JT's shoulder. Comes out. Schuma with it now. Gives it to Castor. That's going to be covered up by the goalie. Sioux Falls control off that face-off. JT played that to Mullenkamp. He gets it back to Gross on the far wall forward to Ben. Got off his stick and turned back by Sioux Falls. Ratcliffe now sends it in. We check up. Sioux Falls coming our way. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Ellenberg gets it up towards Ross. He was tangled up, comes out to the neutral zone, and Sioux Falls is going to be forced back into their own end. Mannion picks that up, gets it to Ross, across towards Carson. He's got to just play that deep. Comes back to Carson. Sent towards the net, trickles just wide. Ross was there. Goes far wall to Gaka. Sends it down low. Ross battle in the near corner, comes up to Ellenberg. His shot pass hit a skate and died in front of the net. And Sioux Falls is going to ice that, so we get an offensive zone face-off. Face-off came back towards Broad. He got by him. It was coming hot. He plays it forward to Harp. Harp sends it in. Larson with pressure. Sioux Falls escapes it. Peyton with a takeaway there, but he has to play it deep. Sent out to the neutral zone. Sent back in RN. JT behind the net. Sends it back to the far corner. Got by Peyton. He makes a play on it though. Gets around. He's got Harp coming with him to hit the ref there. Harp drops it for Peyton. His shot hit the goalie's chest. Comes out towards the blue line. Smith is able to keep it in. Got by Larson's going to come all the way around towards Irons. And Sioux Falls coming our way. Harp picks it up there, gets it over towards Larson, over to Irons. Fed to Smith. He's tangled up. That'll do it. Sorry about the clock. Face-off is one back to Gross, gets it over to Molenkamp and back to Gross. Gross to the box for a slash. Sioux Falls with possession. Castor will get a clear there. Shot got through, but it was wide. Mullenkamp with the clear. Kills almost over here. Shot goes wide. Stays in the zone. Mullenkamp with pressure. Irons with pressure. Iron sends it around near wall. Schuma's racing to get there. Kept in by Sioux Falls. Ratcliffe pokes it to Irons. He gets it back to Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe enters with it. Peels back. Shot blocked by Castor there. Sioux Falls is back on the puck. That shot off a stick out of play. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Face-off is run back. Hank got a stick on it. Sioux Falls forces it deep. Ben came out of there with it momentarily. He's been knocked off the puck. Puck comes to Hank. Sends it in. The goalie's going to play that. Kept in on blue line by Brody there. Pass center from Peyton towards Ben. Got by. May have been deflected. Kept in there by Sioux Falls. Loose puck. Peyton pounces on it. He tried to connect with Hank. That's going to go for icing. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Sioux Falls with possession. Sent towards the net. JT's going to cover that up. Face-off run back by Sioux Falls. It trickles out of the zone though. Forced back into their end by Carson and Mannion. Ross with pressure now. Another chance to kill a penalty here. Larson with a clear. Kirby got a handle on that, sends it back towards the Sioux Falls goalie. Sioux Falls now with possession in our end. That's in the back of the net. Shuma gets that back to Gaka, over to Ellenberg. Send him for icing. Face-off is going back. Sioux Falls got a shot off, went high and off the back glass. Stays in their zone. We get a battle on the near boards. Puck comes out to Castor. Ratcliffe gets a stick on it in their end, gets it to Castor. Tried to center that to Shuma. Sioux Falls was there. Puck's into our bench. Smith pulls that back. Peyton's got it forward to Ben. He's tied up. Harp with it now. Forward to Ben. He gets it in over to Peyton. Got his shot off, went wide. He was tied up. Up comes to Mullenkamp. He's able to keep it in momentarily. Peyton with the puck now. Over to Brock. Up towards Mannion. Taken away by the Power. Winds up on JT. Turns it aside. Brock sends it out to the neutral zone. Sioux Falls back in their own end now. Puck goes out of play. Wide. Mannion plays it to the near wall. Carson's there. Got by the Power defenseman. Lines up with Carson again. Over to Ross. Looks like we're going to head to the power play here. Comes to Irons, over to Ben. Gets a handle on it. Driving towards the net. Circles around behind. Gets it over to Irons. Shot towards the net off the post. Ben makes a man miss. Tried to get it to Peyton. He does. His shot goes off the goalie's chest. It's loose and covered up by the goalie. Forced back to our end. Irons is back to retrieve it. Gets it up to Ben. Over to Peyton. Driving towards the net. Across towards Ben. That's in the back. Sorry, that was Harp in the back of the net. I think that was Harp from Peyton from Ben. Face off one back to Gaka. He gets it over to Ellenberg. Into the zone off of Hank's stick. Larson with pressure. Hank forces a turnover. Puck comes to Larson. And that's in the back of the net. Hank in the back of the net. From Larson, I believe. Off comes to Kirby on the near wall. He sends it in the Sioux Falls zone. Falls able to get it in, plays it deep. Pushed aside by the goalie. Sioux Falls has it coming our way now. Shot goes high off the back glass. Kept in our end by Sioux Falls there. Larson got by everybody. Cade's there to play it. Skates it in. Sent towards the net. Goalie is going to control that. So we get an offensive zone face-off coming up. Back to Smith, got a shot off. It was blocked and went to the far corner. Sioux Falls will send that back in our end. No icing. Checks up. Smith with it behind the net. Sioux Falls with a takeaway. They could not connect on that centering pass. Kept in our end. Castor forces it towards the blue line. It is kept in once again. Mullenkamp with it, peels back behind the net. Up towards Ratcliffe. It does come out of the zone. Schuma sends it in. Sends that in our end. Irons is back to play it. Got by Brody on that pass. Up to Schuma. He sends it out. Sioux Falls sends that out of play. Up into the rafters there. So neutral zone face-off coming up. Carson back to Brody. He sends it over towards Irons. Chips it up. Comes out. Ross, I believe, has it. Enters the zone, gets it over towards Mannion. Oh, his shot goes just high. Sioux Falls now coming our way. That shot is blocked by Brody. Irons plays it to that corner. Brody with it now. Out of play. No, you're good, man. Defensive zone face-off coming up. Over to Hart, and that's out of play. Defensive zone face-off again. Hart gets that back to Gross. He's got to peel back. Regroup. Gets it up to Peyton. Across the Hart. Coming in. Drops it for Mullenkamp. He lost the handle. Peyton picks it up. Driving towards the net. Off the blocker. Out of play. Offensive zone face-off coming up. Falls has it. Good save by JT there. Molenkamp was sprawling. We got a trip there. Not called. Sioux Falls has regained possession. That's in the back of the net. Face-off one back to Gaka. He sends it in. There's the Hank in the far corner. Koenig picks it up. Gets it over to Gaka. Down to Hank. Tried to connect with Larson there in front. Got by him. Sent out of the zone by Sioux Falls. That's going to check up. Gaka back to play it. That's in the back of the net. Sioux Falls wins that back. Puck goes out of play. Saved by JT. Puck comes out to Ratcliffe. Coming through the neutral zone. Looks like we do get a power play. Carson gets it back to Smith. Sioux Falls now has it. Clear, Brody back to play it. Park bounces over Ross's stick there. Sioux Falls picked it up. Ross has control now. So we get a two-man advantage here. Sioux Falls with a clear. Larson with the puck. He sent towards the net, trickled wide. Net off.